G'day EBS community, Bruiser. How we going, guys and gals? Today's teach is about your future vision and goals versus your current beliefs. And I want to hit you with a question to start this teach off. Have you imagined 5 years ago or 10 years ago that you'd be currently doing what you're doing and the size of what you're doing and the impact? And for me, if I look in the mirror and go, did I think I'd be here 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, doing what we're doing on the planet? The answer is 100% no. Yet when I look back at my goal setting 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, basically, I thought, oh, well, look, I'll put a goal out and it might be to grow my business 20%, right? It might be to grow at 30%, or crikey, I'll even have a big crack and grow at 50% or something like that, right? And I look at growth, and this is not just me, this with thousands of clients that we coach, and where they end up is normally far exceeding their belief when they were doing goal setting back in the day. Please post your comments on this one. I'm sure there's a lot of people who this will relate to, right? And you look at yourself now and go, woo, man, I've come so far, look at what we're doing, I didn't think this was possible, etc., etc. Still happens to me to this day where I got to really check myself to go, why is it the belief that you are going to have this amount of growth when you do your goal setting? So I just sort of run through a few ways to think about this. Now, before I go into those ways, I just want to outline one big point. If you're in an entrepreneurial coaching environment, the phenomenon I'm describing on this teach is actually way more intense, right? Because we say here at EBS, we live dog years. 1 year of coaching is normally the same amount of personal and business and wealth growth for 7 years for a normal punter running around trying to do it all by themselves, right? We've got so many examples of that, it's unbelievable. So what I'm saying here is that's actually worse when you're, or better, not worse, when you're in an entrepreneurial space. Everything's going to move a lot faster, and that whole belief of what's possible is even more profound. So here's a couple of ways for you to think about you putting out your vision and future goals. Number one, think big, right? So normally what you write down or type on the computer, the first thing that you do, right? The first thing that comes to mind, maybe even the second or third goal that you write down or vision won't be the reality. It'll be a lot more than what you think. So that first part won't be, it'll be it'll be too maybe underbaked. Sometimes I gotta look at myself and go, I gotta make this thing a lot bigger. Go big, Bruiser, is what I say to myself a lot of the time. So the first thing that comes to mind is not normally the most, and what you'll end up actually achieving. Number two, I think when you're doing goals and vision for the future, you got to be very careful on why are we doing it. Are we doing it for the right reasons? People in organizations follow people and businesses with a strong why. If it's all superficial and we just want to, make more money and be all flashy and all that type of stuff, people don't want to follow that. They want to follow businesses and leaders that have got depth. And that comes from why. So what's your why, and is it described enough in your business, across your customers, etc., etc. And the last one to manage, number 3, around making sure that you're looking at your beliefs versus what's possible is, and write this one down, it's limiting beliefs. I've taught this one for 20 years, right? I've got them, you've got them, we've all got them, right? Limiting beliefs is that we throw a belief out there. Now, the psychologists, they say this, that when we're born with a fear of falling and a fear of sound. Everything else is a learnt response, right? Therefore, all these other beliefs that we've conjured up in our lifetime are based normally on our environment, right? And the environment that you hang around with, will precipitate what those beliefs are like, if you grew up in a family where the constant theme was, money doesn't grow on trees, there's scarcity on money, 9 times out of 10, unless you kind of do a lot of personal development to break that cycle, that's going to be your belief too. You got to be careful on money. Money doesn't grow on trees, doesn't come easy, all that type of stuff. And there's heaps more limiting beliefs. That's just one of them. So just recognizing in myself, yourself, what are the limiting beliefs? What limiting belief do I still carry around to this day when I'm doing goal setting and vision? So team, have a great day. Remember, the finale here on this clip is that most of us will achieve way more impact, profit, charity, whatever that looks like for you, than you'll ever dream about, especially if you're in an entrepreneurial environment. So have a great day, go big or go home.